Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about.
Can't do that.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Connects here with the tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
First down, Cowboys.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Second and 11 now. Prescott from the gun. And this will be incomplete.
Prescott's pass thrown away and incomplete. It's third down and
an incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Steps away. Oh, Prescott stripped. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
Prescott on the keeper.
So here's Washington now in excellent field position to start things out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator said right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
On second down, Eckler. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 23. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. Running on first down, Eckler. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the Jalen Smith gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So on 4th down, Ron Rivera sends out the field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington.
3, Cowboys nothing.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw. Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
10 at the 49-yard line.
On play action. Prescott. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Third and short yardage. Prescott. Open man, Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And to give this time to the tailback. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Brings up
now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Prescott to throw it. This to Jarwin. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. On third down, it's Prescott. Strong coverage by Washington. And now 4th down. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third. And now they deal with 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10.
Let's go. 56 to Mark, boy. 56. Check 56.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Complete.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 20.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
56 is Mike. Guys, stay in situation. Let's go.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
3rd down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll get this to Eckler.
The pass. Complete to Austin Eckler. He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 3-3.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. $13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
The 47-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
big play here will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing. Prescott. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 49. There he goes right side. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And it is up.
His kick is...
And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
Now Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. To throw is Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. He'll fire deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, 72 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 17-10 score. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brings up second and a yard.
Now Eckler.
At the 30.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get it.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards, the final tally.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Brings up second down. At the 40.
Draw play, it's Eckler. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
So they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
I don't know what fuck took him down that route.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. DeMarcus Lawrence gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Going right side here, and that's complete. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And that's now 4 completions in in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
Washington 13.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Dak and the Cowboy offense heading back onto the field. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point.
Your pressure isn't enough. I'll be there.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And
Now Prescott, and he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Prescott on 1st down. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Prescott yet again. This one caught left side by Cooper. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 14. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. First down, Prescott. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Touchdown.
2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Now the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown.
13.
I don't have anything to chase.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game, so maybe they've got to figure out.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
What is third small?
A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
He'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the 2nd quarter. And this is going to be a Cowboys 1st down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And they're drawing close to halftime with the Vikings out on top. Daniel Jones, responsible for the lone touchdown in the game thus far as he's thrown a touchdown pass. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head down to Chicago to check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. The Bears trying to start the season right and is looking good so far at home. In the game you're watching, you've seen a strong first half out of Dak Prescott. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll run here with Eckler. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys 17. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here is Eckler. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now back to throw. And that's into the hands of Eckler. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And this one is right through. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
The score, Cowboys 24 Washington 16.
He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. But a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got.
Defense.
Walk out here, man.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted a tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. We often give credit to the O-line. There, 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Play action now. Prescott got his man there, complete to Gallup. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 37. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 28.
A gain of 6 yards.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And his kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead.
27, Washington 24.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's 2nd and 8. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. The open man is Shark. It's complete. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Throwing again here on 2nd down, this time complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper.
Leighton Vander Esch on the tackle. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and
3.
At the Cowboys' 42-yard line.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. That one complete. He finds Shark. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a 1st down as he stopped at the 48. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Second down, Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
To number 15. A gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Back to throw here. He's got his man on the crossing route.
That's good.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 42-yard line.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
3rd down and 2.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Overall, I'd have to say that's just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Elliott. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
A 7-yard gain on the play.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
Because they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Back to throw now on 1st down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Jalen Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now he'll let it go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. It's a gain of 35.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And the pressure gets to him again. Jalen Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Here's Tressway now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
At the 13-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence that they just get their assignments down, they get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. He'll get this to Eckler.
Complete.
It'll be a gain of 6, and it's a 2nd down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. And they'll indeed take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. To me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they can pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in